All right, so I can show you about Apple CarPlay. First, here you see the Ferrari FF interface, and if I touch this Apple CarPlay button up here, I'll go into the Apple CarPlay interface. And I can get back to the FF interface by touching on the Ferrari logo there. So within CarPlay, you can see we have a number of apps that are supported. The first one here is phone. I'll make a phone call.
Call who?
Call John Appleseed.
Calling John Appleseed.
And then the phone call is made. So Siri did that for me, listened right away after I touched the phone icon to say, hey, who do you want to call? I could also go and choose someone through my favorites or my recents or contacts, really all the normal ways. Everything here looks a lot like iOS. It's all the same design language, but it's special for the car. So it really is more simple and easier to use while you're driving, and with somewhat limited feature set in some cases, so that it makes more sense in the car. It's really a smarter way to use your phone in the car. Here is music. So here we're starting with iTunes Radio. And iTunes Radio, will give you a nice stream of music for your entire drive, as will, any of these radio stations here. So I'll try one of the iTunes featured stations, like Pure Pop. So that's what the Now Playing screen looks like. I can also choose other music. For example, any of my own. So this was iTunes Radio. I can choose playlists or artists. So here, some artists I can choose from, or on the playlist, maybe I choose a road trip playlist. Here's a song to play from that. And you see that the Now Playing screen is appropriate for music that I own. I can turn on repeat or shuffle. And here, let's go back and look at maps. And one interesting thing is, when I'm in CarPlay, I can use these hard buttons to go directly into maps or to phone. So nice close buttons, quick way in. If I'm deep somewhere in music, I don't have to hit the home button and then hit maps. I can just hit this Navi button. And if we look at the map here, we can see that it's the same kind of maps as you see in iOS. So all of the same design language. It's special for the car, though. Larger fonts and things like that. And then over in destinations, you can see all of my recent destinations, lots of demos. And then down below that, you can also see addresses that iOS found in my mail or messages or calendar events. So we know that those might be important to the driver, the ones that are in recent emails from my contacts, for example. And so they'll list those here for me in case I want to go there, or if I got a text message from a friend with an address of a restaurant, for example.
Does it also work with your agenda? Address? Okay.
Yes, it does. If your calendar has actual addresses in it, it will. So, and then also I can search if I wanted to go to somewhere else. For example,
where would you like to go?
Find a hotel.
I found 12 places pretty close to you.
So we can find hotels using, for example, or restaurants or anything like that if you're looking for a category of something or for a specific business. So here we go to choosing between these two hotels. The Intercontinental sounds nice.
Starting route to Intercontinental Geneva.
And here, this is all in U.S. English, but yeah, you'll hear the directions, and I can tap to dismiss the controls and see this great turn-by-turn directions that I'm used to seeing on my phone, but on this screen in my car, which is awesome. And I can end the directions here. So that's maps. And then if I can show you messages now.
To whom shall I send this?
Scott.
Okay, what do you want to say to Scott Miller?
Let's get lunch soon.
Your message to Scott Miller says, let's get lunch soon. Ready to send it?
Send it.
Okay, I'll send it.
And so I could have used the buttons in here, or I can just talk to Siri. So if I'm driving down the road, I talk to Siri, obviously. And then this is a list of my messages, conversations. So those are some shortcuts to send messages to those people too.
Right. And with incoming messages, will Siri dictate them?
Let's find out. Here's a
You
message
have a
from
message
Scott.
from Scott Miller. I'll set something up.
I'll set something in.
Would you like to reply?
No, thank you.
That's it.
Okay, so that's
No lunch with Scott.
no lunch. Not yet. He's setting something up. Okay, so let's go and look. We also have some audio applications. Audio is so important in the car, obviously. I think we think about all these other features, but really one of the main things we do with our time in the car is listen to audio. And so apps like podcasts or apps from other companies like Spotify, Iheartradio, Stitcher, for example, are really important in the car. So if I have an app that is compatible with CarPlay on my device, it will show up in CarPlay. So here, let's look at podcasts. And in podcasts, I have a lot of different subscriptions here. For example, I like Radiolab. It's a nice free podcast.
It just sank to the bottom of the ocean.
And here's,
once this
and it has
started,
podcast-specific
then
controls here to skip forward and back farther. And then we could also look at, let's use Siri to do one too. Play ESPN podcast.
Here's the podcast ESPN VDI.
So here's a podcast, starts playing, we get the album art for it, same controls. And then we can go, let's look at one of these third-party apps. We can look at Iheartradio, they're red. We like them. Ferrari, it kind of matches a little. Here, we can look in favorites and listen to some Beatles. And so in Iheartradio, they have controls here for thumbs up, thumbs down. I can give a thumbs up to that song. And so that's a good example of what another internet radio or audio app would look like. And then if I want to get back to my Ferrari user interface, again, I just touch the horse and I'm back. While I'm in the Ferrari user interface, if I touch on Navi or phone, I go to the Ferrari interfaces for Navi and phone. While I'm in CarPlay, as I already mentioned, you can go straight into the phone app or straight into the Maps app. So they've really done some great integration. I can listen to FM radio and look at a map from Apple CarPlay. I can listen to music from Apple CarPlay, but look at something on the Ferrari unit. They've done some really great integration. And that's CarPlay.